Hi, my name is Kai Jacobson, and I'd like to invite you to our webinar today. And before we get into all the business stuff, like you can see in this picture, we have some really wonderful things to share with you. I'd like to do something really different today. You know, break the mold, go somewhere else, really create something different for your experience today. Imagine, I'd like you just to sit back and relax a little bit and imagine your life and how you feel when you're in nature and how the stress starts to leave your body. You know, the experts say it takes about 3 days to go on a camping trip before you really kind of are present, before you kind of disengage from where you've been and you start to really let nature come back into you. And just imagine how that feels. You know, maybe you've been in the wilderness for 3 days or a really great vacation near the ocean or something, and you really start to relax and feel what life is again. Get into the flow of life, instead of all the things that are in our heads all the time. Imagine what it was like when you were young. I mean, here's this little boy, such a beautiful, innocent little boy, and he's sitting on this hammock, and the world's his oyster. You know, everything happens just magically for him. Imagine how that would feel like as an adult, that things started to happen with ease and grace in your life. You know, that you had a certain level of grace and abundance, that you could just walk into a high quality store like this and you could get any kind of food that you wanted. That, you know, you could get the specialty items and the gourmet things, and you could fill up your cart or your basket without ever looking at the price of anything. And just, that's not an issue. You get what you really want for you, the people you care about, your family, your loved ones. And while you're walking out, you know, you see some great wine, you get the best bottle of wine. You don't look at the price and get the cheapest thing that you feel like maybe you could afford, or you get some Patron, or you get some, you know, high level cognac that's maybe 20 years old. And that you just don't think about things in the same way, that you have, again, that grace and ease in your life. And if you're not into alcohol, you know, maybe you pick up some fruit juice or some very high quality stuff that's organic and, you know, beautifully refined. Whatever it is that makes you feel good in your life. You know, when you go into a car dealership, you go into one like this. You don't go to a used car lot or, you know, go on Craigslist and try to find something. You know, you walk into a dealership like this where they know you by your first name and you order exactly what you want with all the extras, and you just have that kind of grace and ease. And they're going to deliver this car to your home when it comes in. You know, it's just a whole different kind of quality of experience. Imagine when you go on vacation. You know, you don't stay at the normal hotel with a room in some huge building with 500,000 other people. You know, you rent a villa that's right by the ocean, have your own little infinity pool that's there right there. And you're actually even picked up at the airport by, you know, a limousine. And again, money is not something that, you know, is hanging over you all the time and dictating what you do, but you have a certain, again, grace in your life to live a quality of life that you really want to do and share with the people that you love. But then reality kicks back in, and for most people, we're looking at our budgets and we're counting our dollars or our pennies, not even the $50, but we're even counting the dollars on the $5 bills, and we just feel like we can't do these things. You know, imagine, again, you know, that everything is good and you're breaking free, but you know what? The truth is, imagining will not fix it. Imagine will not make the change. A solution will. A solution that works and you're willing to put into action, and a solution that has to be entirely different. This is the key. It has to be entirely different than anything you've tried before, because they all didn't work. So you have to do something new. I mean, in our industry, there's a really famous saying that one of the definitions of insanity is to do the same thing and expect different results. It just never happens. So the solution has to be entirely different than anything you've tried before, because they didn't work. Most people are ruled by their inaccess to money, the lack of access to money. It's not about having money, it's about having access to money. And it's the source of virtually all our problems. You know, look at how most of us use money. Money is supposed to be a currency. It's supposed to be like a river, a flow. You know, you're not supposed to store it and hoard it. It's supposed to be a flow. You know, very simply, you know, if you spend $100 somewhere, and other people get that money and they use it during the day. Maybe they, you know, they go buy breakfast with it or some gasoline in the community, and that money gets spread around. It creates a currency, a flow, and that actually $100 can become a lot more valuable to the whole community as it's used many times. That's what currency as money. But our money flows daily from us. It leaves us. Our money is leaving us. And this escalators here show that how the money just evaporates out of our pockets and out of our monthly salaries into these escalators going up into the corporate world or into some unknown huge megatropolis. Just about all the money flows out to big corporations. And there's a great little picture of a guy with money just flying out of his wallets. And we're paying our money to the banks for our mortgages. That's almost half our money every month. To the car manufacturers for our car payments, or to the utilities for our services, or governments for our taxes. The phone companies for our phone addictions, our smartphone addictions, and to the oil companies just for our gasoline to get around. And for most people, all we get back is a trickle down in wages, with more month left at the end of the month than money. Enter solution economics. And we're going to talk about this a lot. Solution economics. It's a new term, and I'd like you to really understand it. Imagine a community built with a specific intention to create access to a constant flow of money. I'm going to say that again. Imagine a community built with a specific intention to create access to a constant flow of money. Remember Zig Ziglar? He's one of the most famous people in marketing history. And what he said was, if you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. Solution economics. Ever wonder how homes were built before there were even mortgages? Well, we have to go back in time, and you can see this old house there. People helped each other build homes and barns. First, it's kind of a pay it forward thing. First, you helped build someone else's house in the community, and when your turn came around, they came and helped build your home. That's a really beautiful thing. We've lost a lot of that grace and beauty from olden days with such fast-paced and high-energy and high-tech kind of world that we live in. We've lost this. Could you imagine having a mortgage, not having a mortgage to pay, having a home like this? Now, of course, now in today's world, people aren't going to come with their ladders and their hammers and their saws and kind of build this. This is kind of beyond what primitive kind of building can happen. This is obviously a very sophisticated type of home. But we're going to be showing you something. It's about a platform that generates funding. It generates money. And that money can be generated through the community, and the community creating a community sharing. And we're going to talk about how that works through solution economics. And you can have the money built by the community that can fund this house so that you don't have to have a mortgage to pay. That's a beautiful thing. So what would happen, and we talked about that just a little bit ago, what would happen, what if a very wealthy person came into the community? And I'm going to use my pointer here, and you can see our community here is, we have a doctor, we have, looks like a plumber, looks like a chef, or maybe even a butcher here, and, all different people from different walks of life. Imagine a very wealthy person comes into your community, and you live in a fairly small town, and they spend $1,000. But they spend it with 10 people in the community. They don't go to the big box store like Walmart and go spend it and buy unnecessary plastic objects that they don't really need. They go into the community, into the people, and they spend maybe $100 with each person. Well, those people and those in the community have some money, and they go spend money with other members in the community. And this is about the flow of money. The money becomes a flow. They don't hoard it, but they maybe go get breakfast or get gas for their car, and then somebody does, one of these other members in the community does another, service for one of the other people. And let's just say in a little more accelerated world that money gets spent 10 times within the day. That the community goes and, he got $100 from this wealthy person, and he went and had a great breakfast with his family. And then the restaurant owner went and filled up his big pickup truck and had $100 worth of gas. And the guy at the gas station, bought some wine. And he felt, hey, that's a good day. I just got an extra $100 here. And it went on where that same $100 out of that $1,000 was spent 10 times. Well, if that happened in all those cases, that $1,000 to the community could mean as much as $10,000 in a day, because it was in motion, it was in flow, and it brought a $10,000 value to the community. Start having that happen over, a month every day, and then expand that because of the power of the internet and go global with the whole world, because we live in a global world now and have potentially thousands of people participating in the same kind of concept, that can start generating literally millions and millions and millions of dollars for the community. We're going to be talking about this a lot. Solution economics. We are a community specifically designed to create everyone's access to a constant flow of money. Welcome to YOLOPROS, 100 Instant Global Pay. What is YOLOPROS? Simply put, YOLOPROS is a global marketing platform built with the intention to create a constant flow of access. That's the key word, of access to money for its members. It's similar to Amazon.com in that it's a platform, and we do market products. We do mostly digital products so that we can deliver them very easily. Yet it's vastly different. Rather than all the funds leaving us for the corporate world, they remain within our community, building and expanding, transforming our ability to access money in ways never possible until now. And it has a lot to do with the power of technology and the platform that we've built this all on, which we're going to get into in a little bit more in the slides. You know, we celebrate the richest men in the world. You know, these are great guys. Everyone knows who they are. You can just tell by their face. Their pictures are everywhere. They do wonderful works for the world now. They've made so much money that they do philanthropic work and give back a lot. They're great guys. They do really good things for the community. But, you know, I have an interesting thing I'm going to pose in the next slide, a question. In Forbes in 2018, these are the 2 top billionaires of the world. Jeff Bezos, Amazon.com, is worth $112 billion, and Bill Gates, $90 billion, and that's according to Forbes. So I want to ask a very interesting question, at least to me. This is a question I pondered for a long time. It's something that's actually been in my heart, and I had a lot of, I wondered about this. What if we combined these 2 men? This is just 2 men. This isn't like the 1% wealth of the world where we're taking some huge number. I'm just taking 2 people, 2 of the richest people in the world, and we combined their wealth and gave it back to the community. All of it. Not just a part of it in donations, but it all went back into the community. How many millionaires would be created? I think that's a really great question. And, and here's the math. If you take 112 billion plus 90 billion, that's $202 billion. And when you see how many millionaires would be generated out of $102 billion, it's 200,000 millionaires. That's over 200,000 millionaires. Don't you think it's time to stop giving our wealth away? Imagine a global platform that retains the wealth for the community. A community with, in this case, 200 millionaires membership based on people helping people. That's if we can keep that kind of wealth within the community. We're going to show you how that's possible. Welcome to YOLOPROS, a global platform. And remember, Amazon.com is just a platform of marketing products. And Microsoft is just really a platform for software for people to run their computers. YOLOPROS is a global platform with 100% instant pay, and it goes back into the community 100%. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the most revolutionary program ever created, paying out 100% instantly. And it pays it out in dollars, bitcoins, or in any currency that you can pretty much find around the world. Even you can get gold and silver on this platform. So amazing. You can get access to currency in any denomination that you want, essentially. And it goes directly into your personal online secure account. Now, this is a separate company that it goes into, and it's password protected, 2FA protected. You actually even have to have your cell phone. The money is completely in your account, in your control, and this happens in real time. And it can happen potentially 10 times faster than anything you might have ever seen before. And it all happens by creating leverage. And that's harnessing the power of people working together worldwide. I'm going to say that again. It's all about the leverage and harnessing the power of people working together worldwide. Our first meeting in South Korea, we had over 1,000 members present. They're really sharp over there in Korea. In South Korea, they really understand how money works. And we took off really fast in South Korea. And our first meeting that we had over there was over 1,000 members present. YOLO Pros founders are Jay Allen. I'm going to use my Allen. We're co-founders here, Jay Allen and myself. I'm actually speaking on this webinar today. This is Kai Jacobson, and I've been in this industry for about 38 years personally, and so we have a lot of experience. I'm not sure exactly how many years, but quite a few years for Jay too. And he's been in traditional businesses. Actually, he sold his traditional business to the Marriott hotel chain. So we have a lot of business experience between us, and we wanted to do something different. And we're all about the memberships. It's people over profits. This is all about the community. We're very happy to put our face on the websites, so everything is completely transparent. So when you get involved with YOLO Pros, there's a one-time out-of-pocket business startup cost, and that's $225. And what you get is mainly the package one with over 1,000 products in it. And here's what you get specifically. What you get is the resale rights for package one. You get to own it, and you get it. And we actually have 12 packages. We'll talk about that in a minute. And that has the first package has over 1,000 products in it. Participation in the 100% instant payout that happens on the platform, the right to sell our Go YOLO beacons, which we're going to talk more about. They're a way to help build your business in an automated way. Your own discount travel booking engine. This is a private booking engine. You have to have a login to get into this, and you get about 10 to 15% discount on just about any travel you want to do around the world. They have almost every hotel on that site. It's a private booking, and with just one trip that you and your family might go on for even a long weekend, or certainly if you went for a week, you're going to save more than the cost of the one-time cost to get involved here. This is the same booking engine that almost every network marketing company uses and builds a whole company around. They usually cost around $300 to get involved with and $50 a month. Not here. You get this as part of the whole thing. That's just one of the products. The YOLO Pros 5-Star Cryptocurrency Academy. This is an 18 proprietary videos that we made ourselves. It took us a year to create this Cryptocurrency Academy. It tells you A to Z everything you need to know in order to be successful with cryptocurrency. Excuse me, I didn't mean to hit that right then. So you can learn everything from storing your crypto to trading it, how to read the charts, everything. There's actually another 80 videos that are up on YouTube that we direct you into the very best ones. We spend over 1,000 hours combing through YouTube to get the very best ones, but we have 18 proprietary ones that teach you every step that you need to know in cryptocurrency to be successful. We have thousands of online business products and trainings, everything you could imagine between our 12 product packages. Full accounting, so there's complete accounting of your whole business that you have online. It's in your back office, automatically done for you, and there's a full turnkey funnel marketing system with videos like this one that you're seeing here, and many that you maybe you've already seen before this, professionally made videos, and full landing pages, capture pages, and autoresponder letters that follow up, all helping to tell the story and explain it. So all you have to do is introduce people to what we call our sales funnel, and they're going to see how it all works, and by the time they finish, they can make a decision whether they want to be involved or not. So it's all automated and done for you. Retail sales on our platform, it's very simple. You get 100% of the money. And here's a little picture of the Cryptocurrency Academy. And this shows you just a few of the products in package one. There's, as I said, literally 1,000 products in package one. There's just showing a little sample of it. So when you sell any of these products up on the e-commerce store, you get 100% of the money. Not 100% of the profits, 100% of all the money goes to you directly into your own account. Sales of the wholesale packages. So one of the other things that we do is bring other resellers. We call them independent resellers, and that's why we call them IRs here. The platform pays out 100%, but this time it pays to 10 resellers. So how that works is on the wholesale packages, which we're going to talk about. That's a lot of what we're going to be talking about in this video. There's 12 packages. 100% is paid out on the platform. This is not the retail sales. This is the wholesale. So when you bring in other wholesalers, we call them resellers or independent resellers. Every time one of those packages sold on the platform, 10 resellers share in that sale. And those people then receive the resale rights for those packages. And here are the 12 packages. You can see that it starts at $200, which is part of that $225. The other part's a platform fee and a little bit of transaction fee. It's $19.95 for the platform, and the little differences for some of the transactions that happen as things go forward. Package 2 is $200, and then they go up in $100 increments, you can see, all the way up to $1,000 for package 10, and 11 and 12, it's $500 in increments, and it's $1,500 and $2,000. Now, each of these packages have completely unique products in them, and they have literally thousands in each of these product packages, and none of this gets paid out of your pocket. This is all self-funded by the platform, and we're going to be talking about it. So as you expand your business and move up and get the resale rights, then you can participate in sales of either direct sales that you do, retail sales from it, or from the wholesalers that are choosing to expand their business, because you have to have the package, the resale rights, in order to participate in the sales to the other wholesalers on the platform. And we're going to go into what that means. When an independent reseller comes in, one of the wholesalers come in, they go into this 3-by matrix. It's a community matrix. It's infinity deep. It goes deep, infinity depth, but it's a 3-by structure. So the first level is 3, then 9, 27. You can see how the numbers go up. They go up extremely high as it goes deeper. But, you know, very quickly there's quite a few members on those levels here. And these get filled up by people above, people below that are actually expanding their network. So let's say you're here at the top and you bring in this star here, then they start their network, and as they build theirs, it's part of yours. And everyone is part of a shared community through this force matrix. The platform is programmed, and this is the most important, one of the most important pieces. The platform is programmed to make sales for you. I'm going to say that again. The platform is programmed to make sales for you. And that's way better than just creating leads. You see a lot of platforms and programs that talk about how they generate leads. Well, this platform makes sales for you, and not just a few. It can become hundreds to thousands of sales that happen automatically on the platform on your behalf that you get paid instantly in real time on around the world. As new members join and package 1 and buy package 1 and or upgrade and expand their e-commerce platforms, you get to potentially participate in the sales of literally hundreds to thousands of these sales made automatically on your behalf. The key is the money is spent and kept within our community. It's not paid out to corporations, so the money is continually staying within the community, like the example I mentioned in the beginning about a person coming in with $1,000 and how that brought a lot more value to the community. The same thing happens now automatically on an automated platform. Disclaimer. We're going to get into some numbers here, so before we show them, you have to read a disclaimer. The earning potential portrayed in the following slides are not typical and not necessarily representative of the earnings that will occur, if any, that an IR can and will receive through his or her participation in the program. All references to earning potentials implied or stated throughout this presentation are for illustration purposes only. And you can stop this video right now and read the rest carefully. It's good to read it just so you know. But basically it just says that this is just for illustration purposes. This is not typical. This does require a lot of work to get to some of the levels that we're going to be showing, the potential of that, and it just really shows what's possible. Qualifications. YOLO Pros has extremely easy qualifications. There's no gotchas. There are only 2 involved. The first is that you must be active. I said the platform costs $19.95 to use. It cost us over $1 million now to develop this platform. All the products on it, the way that the money flows and transacts between people, the videos and the programming. There's a huge amount of programming on this platform. But the platform is basically, with all the products loaded in and everything, was about $1 million to create. You get to use this platform for $20 a month. And that's completely self-funded by the platform. As it starts generating money for you, it never comes out of your pocket. This is just paid automatically, as well as the buying more of the products so that you have a bigger store and bigger product line to participate in. That's all self-funded by the platform too, in almost all cases. So it's really just out of your pocket, a one-time $225, and the rest happens automatically if you turn on the automatic step-up button and do a few of the things that we're going to suggest, which you'll see a little later in the slides. So those are the only 2 things. First is that you are active and you get to keep, the community gets to keep 100% of the money. So you're basically in business in $1 million business that you've just joined, and you have complete use of. It's all set up, all automatic, everything's ready to go. Even the whole marketing system's ready. All you need to send out the link to some of your contacts and get that out there. And, you're basically for $20 getting to use $1 million platform that you get to keep all the money. That's an amazing opportunity for people. And this is all global, and it all works, and it's all proven. So you also must, buy the resale rights of the product packages that you are participating in the sales on. So there are 12 packages, and eventually over time the system will buy those for you, and as you get them, then you can participate in the bigger sales deeper down for bigger amounts of money. But the key is there's no gotchas. There's no quotas. There's no ranks to achieve. There's no legs to balance. There's no hoops to jump through. There's nothing. All you have to do is be active and have the resale rights of anything that you're participating in sales. Very transparent, very honest, very clear. This is a little more complicated. We're going into the pay plan a little bit here, and let's talk about it. Product packages 1 through 12, so there are 12 product packages, are automatically sold for you through the system. And it pays out 100% back to the memberships. We've said that before. Each package 1 through 12 is shared with 10 independent resellers. That's IRs. And here we are. We're going to talk about it. 50% is the first target sale. So whoever sells package 1 is always going to get 50% wherever they fall into the matrix. When a sale happens from the matrix of those bigger packages, as people are expanding their businesses, the target will get 50%, and we're going to show exactly how that happens. And then whoever gets that, their sponsor gets 10%, their sponsor gets 5%, and that goes on for 8 generations deep into the sponsorship tree. And this makes up the other 50%. So we're going to go look at right now how that first 50% is paid out. And when you see this next slide, the chart that you're going to see, when I first saw this, and by the way, I'd like to thank Dr. Santel over in Dubai who put this chart together. It's fantastic. It's so clear. Matter of fact, I could probably do this whole presentation just with that one chart. If you wanted the short version, this wasn't a webinar, I'd probably just flash that up and talk about it for 5-10 minutes, and that's all you need to do. Thank you, Dr. Santel, for being such a great leader over there. He leads some large groups over in Dubai and India, and he's expanding around the whole world, actually. He's an incredible man. Anyway, here's this chart that he put together. And I'm going to go through this a little bit. We're going to sit here for a little bit. These are the levels that we talked about. This is the first 12 levels. It does go infinity deep. These are the packages. We have 12 different packages. And here are the prices on it. We showed it earlier, but here it is in this chart. You can see the first package is $200, which is part of the $225 to get going. Second package is $200. The next one's $300. And it goes up in $100 increments up to the 10th package, and then $500 increments for the last two. $1,500 and then $2,000. This is the percentage that the direct person who's selling the package, who gets credited for the sale, gets. They get 50%. So that's half of the money. Now remember, YOLO Pros pays out 100%. So we're going to talk about the other 50% in another slide. We're only talking about half the money here. And this shows you what that is. So, half of 200 is 100. Half of $1,500 is $750, or half of $2,000 is $1,000. So this goes to show you how much money is getting paid to the target on this chart. This shows how many people in that. Remember the star picture with the different the matrix view where you saw I went 3, 9, 27, and so forth with the stars? Well, here it is just in the chart format. And this shows the potential number of members on a particular level. So on the first level below you, you have potentially 3 members that can be there. They can spill from above. People you bring in, they can come from anywhere. And the same on all the levels. They can come from anywhere. On the second level, it's a 3-by matrix, so there's 9. And then 27 potential, and then 81, and it goes down. And this shows you your earning potential just from this 50%, from half the money we're talking about here. So on the people you personally bring in, you can make $300 if you bring in 3 people, because it's $100 is the payout, 50% of the 200. You can make $300. Now you can make unlimited, because let's say you're a really good recruiter and you put a website up and just, bringing a ton of people because of our cryptocurrency academy or because of the travel portal where they can, one time on a trip, by the way, you own that portal for the rest of your life. It's a private portal that you login information you can use even if you decide not to continue with us. It's your travel portal, and you get to keep it. You don't have to pay $50 a month on the travel programs or $300 for it initially. Right there, somebody might go on the internet and sell these. Maybe they sell, let's say they bring in 100 people. They're going to get $100 on each one of them. Wherever they pepper through the network, some of them might be on the second level, on the fifth level, wherever they pepper, but they will get $100 every time they bring in a new IR, independent reseller, and they get $100 on each one of those. Let's say they bring in 100, they're going to get $10,000 for doing that. So that's why we put unlimited. Somebody might bring in 1,000 people, and they're going to get $100,000 if they bring in 1,000 people just from their advertising campaigns. So it's unlimited amount of money that you can make from your personal referrals. Now, the way that the magic of this whole platform, this is where I was not able to sleep, is it's not just about your efforts. This is the whole thing about the community build. So everybody is contributing. As you bring your people in, they start to bring their people in. They bring their people in. It starts building a matrix. And in the beginning, it feels usually pretty well if you have a good team that you're working with. It does not always get these kind of big numbers. These become, look here on the 12th level, it's 500,000 people potentially on your 12th level. And when they buy package 12, you're going to get $1,000 for each person on your 12th level who buys package 12. These are people you probably don't know at all. They just came in through the community build. But as these people buy these packages and step up and expand their businesses, and it all happens automatically because you put your automatic button on, and as money comes into your account, a part of it gets used to do this. In the beginning, it's a little bit more of your money. By the third package, it starts to be maybe half of the money. And then after that, it's a very small percentage of the money. Very small percentage of what's coming into you gets used for stepping you up to stay ahead, paying it forward kind of thing. And as that happens automatically, it's all automated, it's all global, it all happens on a platform where the money is in your account instantly when these transactions happen. And it doesn't even go through our company. It goes from member to member directly. That's the key. These transactions where 10 people get paid on every sale happens automatically on the platform, and it's programmed to see who's the one that's the target to get it and who deserves it, and it's instantly deposited in their own personal account. You don't have to ask for money. It doesn't come into the company. There's no commissions. This happens directly, but the key is it's automated in real time. And that's very powerful. So let's look at the numbers here. Just on your second package, you potentially have 9 people. If they all buy package 2, and remember that this is the key too, the package and the level match. So the people on your second level, when they buy package 2, these 9 potential people, you can receive $100 from each of them. You're going to get $900. And you can see when they buy package 3, which is $300, you get $150. Potentially 27 times. That's over $4,000. And as you can see, the numbers start getting very big, and the amounts of the packages get bigger and bigger as the numbers of people potentially get bigger. And you can just simply do the math. You just multiply this out and then decide maybe how much of a percentage of that might be. Down here it might only be 2% or 5% that might, buy that 12th package down on your 12th level. It might even be just 1%. That's still a lot of people that you can receive $1,000 from. Extremely powerful. When you do some of this math, just take this chart, stop the video and figure some of it out. You can do the math yourself, and you can see what the power of this is. Now, will these numbers actually happen exactly that way? No, they're going to be very different for everybody. But if you put a lot of work in and you get a good group going, a lot of this can happen for you. Extremely powerful. When I did this, I was not able to fall asleep because I have built a number of groups myself, because I've been in the field for many years before. This is my first time being a part owner of a company. I've been doing this for 38 years, and I've built groups of over 100,000 people personally 3 or 4 times. Let's talk about how the second half gets paid. We just talked about the 50%. That's half the money. Remember, each package 1 through 12 is shared with 10 independent resellers. And the other part is 10%, 5%, and that's for 8 levels. These are the matching bonuses, and it's not matching of somebody's check or something like so many matching bonuses are. Let's say you get 10% of a sale, and then they match you 50% on your check. No, this is 10% of the whole product sale price. Very, very different. It's a lot more money, actually. And 5% of the product package sale, not of someone's check. You're not matching a check, it's a percentage of the sale and the full price of the sale. So when you add this all up, it's another 50%. We're going to talk about this. This is all based on sponsorship. So whoever receives, now I just showed how many, you could receive hundreds, if not thousands of payments from all those different packages as they come, and you become the target for those. Well, each of the people that you sponsor and the people they sponsor through 9 generations here, because this is 9 generations here, 8 5s and 1 10, they will sit in that same spot, and every time they get paid that 50%, you get these matches on that sale. So let's show you how that works. Here's another way to look at it again with the matrix. Here's the star U, and we put everything in green. There's bright green, which are the people you personally bring in. You're going to get 10% on everyone. So when they sit at the top of their matrix, and as they start receiving these 50% payouts on all those levels, you saw there could be potentially thousands of people that pay them. Every time they get paid, you get 10% of the sale price of that package. That means that this one star could generate you hundreds, if not thousands, of payments on this match of 10%. Now, every time they bring in somebody, that's the dark green stars, you get a 5% match, and that happens for 8 generations. We only show 2. We show the dark green and then a light green kind of here. There would have to be a lot of shades of green, and the page would have to be super big and the stars super teeny to get 8 generations in here. But just know that we're just showing 2, but there are 8 that go down. And there could be literally hundreds, and maybe even for some people thousands of these stars that are in their sponsorship tree. Let's say you bring in 5 or 10 people, and they bring in 3 or 2, and they bring in so many. By the time it goes down 9 generations, there are a lot of potential people that you're getting matches on, all the way down. And the matches are anywhere from $10 to $200, depending on which package is getting bought and whether it's the 10% or the 5%. But there could be literally thousands of these on each one of the stars that you're getting a match. Each one of the stars could be potentially making hundreds or thousands of these matches for you. What you do is you set your system on autopilot. There is a button in the back office that you have to turn on yourself that says, I want to automatically step up and buy these packages so that I can participate in these sales. And as money comes in, the system automatically detects that in your account and takes a part of it. You can set the percentage if you want, and it will take a part of that to step you up so you don't miss any of these. Now, if you miss one, let's say on your 4th level, there was 81 people. Let's say somebody stepped up really quickly and bought a package down there before you had the resale rights for the package 4. You will get an email that says, oops, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You missed one. Don't worry about it. There's another 80 potential ones that are going to happen that you could get on the 4th level. It's $200. So you don't want to miss too many of the $200. So, you can manually go in and buy that package and have the resale rights to it, or your system, will do that automatically if you keep it set with a high enough percentage to do that. And we recommend that you get through your first 3 packages really quickly, because that can happen very fast, and then you can set it a little lower, and you can adjust it, and you can manually do what you need to do. So let the platform sell the product packages for you. When you put the automatic button on, and everyone does it, it automatically works, and money keeps flowing through this shared economy, this solution economics we like to call it, and it happens over and over again. As IRs join, new people way down join and buy package 1. That's a shared package 2. 50% of it rolls up into the community. And as they step up and buy more products, all of that money steps up into the community. 100% of that does. And it expands your own global e-commerce platforms. Here's a real fun little way to look at this. I'm not going to spend too much time here. We talk sometimes about putting different glasses on here, the rosy glasses, and this shows you the people you personally sponsored. It's just showing kind of a ka-ching thing. You can set up your cell phone so that you can receive messages on SMS that money's coming in when it happens all over the world. And here's the first level. It shows 3, Second level shows, 9, and after that we can't fit all the circles, but there would be 27, 81, 43 on the 5th level, and it goes down infinity. By the way, this plan can pay, and we have seen it right now, pay literally over 100 and sometimes even a couple hundred levels deep into the matrix because of compression that happens. And as you bring people that drop farther down, there's another 12 level packages that you get paid on, and then the 9 generations of matches that happen can go way down into the levels. So it pays almost infinitely deep. But let's look at how the money flows to your cell phone. This is fun. There's you at the top. When you bring in Jay, remember everything pink is your personal sponsorship. You're going to get half of the $200. You get $100. You're going to get, when Bob comes in, you get another $100. When Sue comes in, you get $100. When Ram, who falls on your 3rd level because other people are filling the matrix for you right now, the gold ones are just random people that are filling around from other people, you get another $100. And when Mac comes in, you get $100, and when Pat comes in, you get $100 way down on your 5th level. And this can happen continually deep down into your matrix, and it just shows you kind of how the money flows. The next chart shows you something that's interesting, and I'm going to not spend a lot of time on this, but this shows you the matrix sales. Remember that chart that I showed you that I couldn't sleep when I first saw that Dr. Santil had put together? Well, this is another way to show the same thing, but how the money can roll up into your cell phone. And this is kind of fun. It's showing there's 3 types of things that can happen. Random people, random IRs in your matrix. These are the gold ones. Sponsored tree. These are people you didn't sponsor, but maybe someone you sponsored. And of course the pink are the ones you sponsored. So there's all 3 things happening. But guess what? For the 50% sales through the matrix, the 50% part, you get paid on everyone, whether they're gold or just what I like to call a pink circle here, which is somebody in your tree that's in your sponsorship tree, but you didn't sponsor personally, or pink who you sponsored. So here you sponsored, Jay and Bob and Sue, and look what can happen with this second payout, the 50% for each of those levels. There's Joe that comes in, and when he buys package 2, remember, this isn't package 1. Now you sponsored him because he's pink, so you got $100 on package 1, but when he buys package 2, you get paid again. You can get paid twice on people if you sponsor them. You get the package 1 always, and you only get 1 payment from one person on 1 level. But you can get twice if you're the sponsor. So you're going to get $100 because package 2 is $200. Ada comes in, you didn't sponsor her, Bob sponsored her, you still get $100. And there's Kay, who is just a random person on your 2nd level, one of the 9, you're going to get $100 too. And guess what? Mo on your 2nd level, you're going to get $150 there because that's a $300 package. You get half of it. And there's Kai, and you get $150 from him, and Ron $150 from him, and Al, who's just a random person in your matrix, you're going to get $200 because that's a 4th level package sale. And Faye, and remember, there's 81 potential people on this level, not just these few that we show. 81 circles you could be getting $200 from. As we go on, you can see Tom pays $200, and there's CJ and Ida and Don, and all that money goes in, and you can see it immediately on your cell phone. It's really exciting to see this happen. Again, you can set your cell phone to automatic SMS. You can also get emails, so you can have it redundant. It can happen twice. And I set mine, so I get these, and it's really fun. Your phone starts dinging. It makes a ding when it comes in because you get a little notice that money's just arrived. And you get noticed if you missed one. And if you missed one, it's not a big deal. You just go make sure you step up and don't miss any more. It means your group is growing really fast. Imagine having your cell phone do what we're going to show you here. How would that feel for your family? Couldn't that help your family really in a major way? Can you imagine starting to receive this amount of payments coming in on a daily basis? Each one of these, every day you start getting a chunk like that. Well, you certainly have to have a really good group going. It takes a number of months before it gets quite like that, but it can happen. It's extremely exciting. I think it's time to stop imagining. Remember how we said imagining never makes it happen. It's time to take action. You're probably asking yourself, what do I need to do to succeed? Well, it's simple. Refer 3 IRs, that's independent resellers, for package 1 as quickly as possible. The faster you do it, the better. It all moves much faster, and as things, get accelerated, it gets much more exciting for everyone. And you can use it by using our automated marketing system. Basically, you're just sending a link out to let this presentation be in front of everybody. We have a bunch of introductory videos. This is a little longer webinar to explain it in depth, but this can happen very fast, and all you have to do is share that, and there's lots of ways to do it. Then once you get your 3, you want to help them do the exact same thing with their contact base. Then set your whole system on automatic pilot by clicking that automatic button. So you step up, make sure you do that. And you can make 1 new sale. We recommend if you could do that once a month. I like making the analogies like throwing a piece of kindling on the fire. Want to throw a stick on the fire every month. And you can use our beacon technology. And these are these beacons that are proximity devices that will send out a message through Bluetooth to people's cell phones. You want to put them in food courts or in stadiums or under chairs in different places. And anybody who has an Android type of phone can see a message. It doesn't go on Apple, but if they have an Android, they can see a message and a link that you would put that puts them into your sales funnel. And that's a great way to get 1 new person a month by doing that, as well as once you start having success, people gravitate towards you. They want to be part of it. They want to understand how we are changing the world and moving money with an intentional community, global community, and how we've set up a platform kind of like Amazon.com that pays its members and stays within the community. Very, very powerful. You want to start tapping into this, and it's literally can create a life-changing flow of residual income for you. It's 100% instant payout, and it's directly paid into your online secure account. And here's a little back office. You can see we use a company called Uphold. They're an incredible company. They literally have done $3.2 billion of transaction worldwide. And as you can see, here's a USD card. You can hold it in USD. They have Bitcoin. You can hold your money in Bitcoin if you want. And these are just a few of many. Here's Indian rupees. And here's gold. You can hold it in gold and silver if you want. And you can then transfer it to your bank or move it out as Bitcoin. Some countries they don't have banking relationships with, so you will have to use the Bitcoin in order to move it to an exchange in your company. We do have our own debit card coming out with our own company. We're going to have that very soon. And you'll be able to load that with a 2-step process. You'll be able to, through an exchange that we use, put your Bitcoin on the card. So basically you convert it into US dollars, and then the dollars go on the card, and then you can use it at any ATM machine that a MasterCard is used around the world. So there's very easy ways to access your money and to exit with your money. And this platform is why this all works, because within the platform, once you become a member of this Uphold company, which, as I said, did $3.2 billion in the last few years, this is a huge platform that you can actually, all the members, we can move the money between the members. That's why the members pay each other directly, and it confirms the sale, and the 10 people get paid. We have an API that goes directly into their company, and then it's in your personal account. It's not in a wallet of our company. The money is 100% in your control. You have your own passwords in a separate company here, and you even have 2-factor validation to protect your money, which means you have to have your cell phone in your hand to get a code in order to get into your account, and then you can move it out of your account to wherever you want, to any exchange that you want through Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, or in many countries you can use directly to your bank and ACH the money to your bank. Our system is proven, it works, and it's built to last. The YOLO Pros community platform has paid out over $9.5 million in the first 18 months that we've been open. So we've been in business for 18 months. We actually have been in business for 2 years. We didn't open our doors for half a year. We built everything and got everything ready. And the first day we opened, everyone got their products and everyone got paid, day one. So we've been in business for 2 years, but we weren't open to working with the public yet until we had everything completely built. We've added a lot since then. We have way more products, and it's evolved a lot in the last 18 months. But we're completely debt free. It's about the people. It's people over profits. This is a community platform. It's like kind of an Amazon.com platform that you can participate in. And it's paid out $9.5 million to its members in the first 18 months, and it's built to last. So we call this solution economics. The invitation is to join with success today and start living life on your terms. Thanks and have a great day.